from RTO here. Welcome to Retro Ranking, where we concentrate more on songs than we do the albums. And today we're going to have a look at one of my favourite punk bands, Stiff Little Fingers. Now, Stiff Little Fingers are a Northern Irish punk band that were formed in Belfast. They formed around about 1977 when they were called Highway Star, named after the Deep Purple song, doing rock covers. But then they discovered punk. They were the first punk band in Belfast to release a record. We'll talk about that because it is in my top 10. And they had an album, great album, debut album. They, after 6 years and 4 albums, they split up. They reformed 5 years later. Despite a major change in personnel, they're still touring and recording. And they released their 10th album in 2014. Jake Burns is still there. And Ali McCordy has rejoined. And they have had another great bass player in this band, which we'll talk about later. So, the people that I'd say the members of the band that, you know, in their heyday, of course, is Jake Burns, Ali McCordy, Henry Clooney on guitars, and the two drummers, Brian Falloon and Jim Riley. So, I mean, I really like this band, and it all goes back to one single, and then I was absolutely hooked. So, I haven't got all their albums, but I have got sort of a greatest hits anthology, so I've got a lot of these tracks on that album. Well, CD come on the iPod now. So let's have a look at my favourite songs by Stiff Little Fingers. So, coming in at number 10, we have a single from 1978. It did not chart, and it's called Alternative Ulster. I love that opening riff. It just sounds dirty. You get this, you know, that great combination of Jake and Henry, that real distinctive Jake Burns vocal, and Brian, I think, drums on this. It's absolutely killer track, absolutely great. It's all these words of, you know, it's all about, a lot of it obviously is about the Troubles, but it's their take on it. Brilliant song. Love that one. Okay, coming in at number 9, we're going to 1979 now. Another single, Gotta Get Away. Again, did not chart. Now, this is Ali's wonderful bass line. Now, Ali played some great bass lines in this band, and it's just in-your-face punk. It is absolutely electric. It's aggressive. That's all it is. It's an in-your-face track. Absolutely killer. Okay, coming in at number 8 is from 1980, and it was a double A side, and the other side was Nobody's Heroes, and it's Tin Soldiers, and it got to number 36 in the charts. Another track that's actually dominated by Ali's bass line. You've got Jim now on the drums. They keep this song going, Jim and Ali. And then you got an absolutely killer vocal from Jake. Absolutely brilliant track. Love playing that. Okay, coming in number 7. Go back to 1979, and the album Inflammable Material, and a track on this album called Wasted Life. It's really a protest song about the Troubles, but it's just full of energy. Great vocal from Jake. Got some really good, strong guitar riffs in this one. Really good track. Coming in at number 6, we're staying with Inflammable Material, and a track called Barbed Wire Love. Another great track on here. Again, it's a track about about the love story, about the divide. Absolutely brilliant. And I know this all happened back in the day. It's a really fantastic song. Okay, coming in number 5. Remember, we had Tin Soldiers, got to number 36, and the song on the other side is Nobody's Hero. This is classic Stiff Little Fingers. The meaty bass line, the great power chords, Jake screeching away as he always did as a great singer. Some great drumming on this. What a track. Okay, coming in at number 4, we go into the other part of their career now, and we're going to 1991 and a track off their Flags and Emblems album, and it's called Beirut Moon. Now, the bass player on this is the one and only Bruce Foxton of the Jam, and boy, can you tell, he's got that classic sort of jam bass that he used to do. I really like this track. It's all about Beirut, another sort of politically motivated song, of course, but there was troubles out in Beirut back in the 90s, as we know. Absolutely brilliant track. Jake can still sing these sort of songs. Great track. Okay, number 3, we're going back to 1979 and back to the Inflammable Material album and the brilliant track Law and Order. Just one of the best tracks on the album, which is a great album. Lots of energy. The bass line from Ali is just in your face. That's what I like about Stiff Little Fingers. They are in your face all the time. Just lots of energy. What a track. Okay, coming in at number 2. Now, this is from 1979. It didn't chart. It's a great single, and it was featured in our my punk top 10 with Richard, and this is one of Richard's favourite tracks. It's Suspect Device, and he was right. This is another in-your-face track. That's what I like about it. It's right up here, giving you absolute killer riffs. Jake on fire. It's just one of the great tracks by Stiff Little Fingers. But my number 1 is the one that really started me opening up to this band. From 1980, was in my top 10, one of my all-time punk songs of all time. From 1980, got to number 15 in the chart, and it's At the Edge. Classic. At the beginning, you get that dunga bass line from Ali. My favourite vocal from Jake. I remember this on top of the pops, and this song has just stuck in my head forever. I just love it. What a rat track. So there we go. There's my top 10. But I have got some honourable mentions as ever. So our first one comes from an album called Go For It, which came out in 1981, and it was written by Bunny O'Reilly, great reggae artist, and it's called Root Radicals Record. Start again, Ian. Root Radicals Rockers and Reggae. It's a little bit different. It's a punk song done with a bit of a reggae beat. I quite like this. They do a great version of it. I've heard the original, and the original is pretty cool as well. But this was different, and that's why I like about it. Okay, the next one was a single from 1983. It only got to number 95, and it's called The Price of Admission. Now, this was a total different departure for Stiff Little Fingers. It's a really slow song. And it just showed even punks can do nice little songs. I really like this. Jake's vocals, instead of the growly, aggressive, you've got this very gentle sort of voice, and I quite like it. It's very quirky. And my last one, we're going back to 1991 on the Flags and Emblems album, and it's a track called Stand Up and Shout. Okay, this sounds a little bit like the Clash's Should I Stay or Should I Go? It's a great track, but what I like about it is Bruce Foxton's bass line. That's all you hear. It's just really meaty, and that's why I like that track. So there we go. Expect a Stiff Little Fingers album ranking at some stage, because I know that some of you will be going, yeah, you got to do one. I know 2 people at least will be, all 3 will be asking for that. So yeah, it will come at some stage. Okay, that's all for today. Tomorrow is Marathon Day, and it's also Ladies' Day. You've went, yes, where is Ladies' Day? It's the last Tuesday, no Ladies' Day. Well, there is one reason why we've swapped the day, because we're going to be doing an album ranking of the wonderful Carole King. And that's why, because she's released more than 13 albums, and we're going to dedicate the whole day to Carole King. So join me for that tomorrow. I know there's a lot of Carole King fans out there. She never put out a bad album, by the way. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.